Welcome everybody, this is Mercury Roberts back at it again with another episode of Divinity Unleashed. And so in our last episode with the Hermit card, the Fool goes within himself to find his true self and self-worth, right? But as I told you in the last card, if you didn't check out the Hermit card, you gotta check it out. It's pretty awesome. But the Fool becomes the Hermit, and then now he's looked within himself to find himself, and now he's ready for change. Now he's ready to be more of what he should be instead of more of what he was. Okay, so this next card that we're going to speak about is about the flow of life and change within it that we have no control over, but it happens. But here with this card, the Wheel of Fortune, this card tells you, do you trust in the universe? Do you trust in yourself? Do you trust in what you know? Now, this card is a major arcana card, and so have the other cards been major arcana cards. So the major arcana tells you that this is what the universe controls. So we have no control over this. And so what I say here is that change is inevitable. It's the only thing in life that is constant. Nobody ever stays the same. So I wish some people would stop thinking that everybody should always be the same. They're like, oh, well, I'm 100 all the time. And it's like, no, you're not, because you're always going through change. You always learn something new. When you feel like when you're not learning anymore, that's, as they say, when you die. Okay? Because we're always ever learning. Change is constant, and nothing can ever be the same all the time. As perception goes, anything is everything and anything is nothing at the same time. Okay, so with the Wheel of Fortune card, we see here a wheel inside here that has rota written inside of it, which means wheel, and inside of that is a wheel dissected in different ways. And this is about pi. This is about the wheel of life. Okay, so the wheel of life says flow is constant, change is inevitable, and what I want to say is that you have to learn to go with the flow of life. So this card definitely is speaking, go with the flow of life. Go with what's happening. Don't try to control the things that are inevitable. Okay, so we could say the devil. We could say Anubis. I like Anubis better because Anubis is the god of the afterlife, right? And so Anubis basically weighs your heart on a scale, and he sees that if your heart is light as a feather, okay, meaning as a riddle up here, and we'll get to that, but meaning that do you go into death without blame, guilt, hurt, iniquities on your heart? Even in the Bible, it speaks, God judges men by their hearts, not by their presence, not by their looks, because we can easily lie to anybody and say anything to anybody, but your heart never lies. Your heart always tells the truth. And so with this card right here, it says you will be judged by karma. So this is a very karmic card. It's basically saying what goes up must come down, and what is down must come up. So whatever you put into life, whatever endeavors you're putting into life, they will return. Whatever work you're putting into your job, it will return. Now, if it doesn't return, you have to reflect on yourself and see what you're doing. Sometimes we could be at the wrong job and we need that change, right? We need that change when we're at the wrong job. Whatever, I had to throw this paper. But when we're in the wrong job, we need a change, right? But sometimes you feel like I'm stuck. And so that's when you'll see this card come up, because you need this change, right? And so this card comes up to say change is coming. It's inevitable, but it will be a fortunate change, because this is the wheel of fortune. It gives you the fortune that you earned. Okay, so when this card comes up, it says good luck is on the way. Right, let's put it like that. Because you're ready for change. You're going with the flow of life and you're ready for change, and things are going your way. And so with this card, it's telling you to allow life to change your circumstances, to change your position, to change things for you so things could be different. You will have difference in your life all the time. You know what I mean? And when you're in a stagnant relationship, you'll see the wheel of fortune come up, because it's time for a change. It's time for a new flow in life. It's time to see things a little bit differently. And so with this card, I think it's a beautiful card because it also speaks of faith. Faith in the universe. Faith in your God. Faith in whoever you believe, whatever you believe. I speak open-mindedly to everybody, so nobody judge me. All right? Because this information is for everyone, not just some people, because I know Muslim tarot readers, I know Christian, Catholic, non-traditional religious people, spiritual people, whoever, a lot of people read these cards. And so it doesn't matter about religion. What it matters about is getting the value of self out, and people getting on their true destiny. So back to it. Okay, so the Sphinx sits on the top and he tells a riddle, right? And so when you think of the Sphinx, you think of, well, I have a question for you. Life has a question for you. How you answer this question is how I am going to proceed with you. So if you answer the question correctly, your wish will be granted. If you do not answer the question correctly, I will devour you. Okay? And so that's how life happens. Sometimes we treat people bad, and then next thing you know, somebody's treating us bad too. Okay? Sometimes we are fair in life to people, and so the divine blesses us with blessings also. We get in return the same blessings, or better blessings. And so this card definitely is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, luck, higher-minded principles, ideas. Definitely Jupiter is the sky god. So it brings this higher-minded octave to you. It brings this benevolence. It brings this optimism. Okay, so it says life is going at a fast pace, and it's going, and you can't control what's going on, but it's coming in the speed of life. But just go with the flow, because this is luck. This will be a fortunate change in your life. So when this card comes up in the present, it says you're already going through this change. If it comes up in the future, it says you're going to be going through this change, and prepare. If it's in the past, you already went through the change and you're seeing the luck or the blessings that came out of it. And so you feel better off right now. And so this change is a welcome change in your life that we always need sometimes, especially when it comes to thinking. Sometimes we think a certain way about things, and we're like continuously thinking that way. And so the wheel of fortune comes, and it's like, boom, I'm gonna help you change that. I'm gonna put you through some circumstances where you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall, and then I'm gonna pick you back up, because the wheel always comes up again. You know what I mean? And what's up comes down. And that's why you see people in high places fall and you see people in low places get high. It's the wheel of life. It's the cycle of life. It always goes the same. Nothing changes. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. You just got to trust the flow of the universe and trust that the divine is guiding you somewhere where you need to be. If you're going through a hardship in life, you're going through that hardship just for now. Everything has a season. Everything has its time. You just got to trust in the flow of life and everything will go your way. So this card is definitely ruled by the number 10. And so 10 is the number of the divine. It's the number of God. God, because it's the 1, the phallus, the 0, the feminine. So they come together. And you think of that as binary numbers, right? All the computers in life are made from these binary numbers. 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1. Okay, and it's the flow of life. It's together. It's the sex symbol. It's the sign for the male and female also. Okay, we all know what that sign is. If you don't, go check it out, or I'll talk about it later on. But it's the coming together of all things coming to one. Okay, so it's definitely the divine shining light on top of your situation and saying, this is what I have for your path. I gotta shake all this stuff out of your life, you know what I mean, and get you back on the right destiny. This card is definitely destiny. So it says you are on the right destiny path. You're going the right way. I'm putting you right where you need to go. So if you see this card come up in a reading, know that the divine is within the situation. You're about to go through a change. Flow's about to happen. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed the Wheel of Fortune. You guys have a great day. Blessings, love, light. Please like, subscribe. And you guys have a great day. Yeah.